Hi, my name is Gabrielle Wilkins, and I'm here to talk to you about why social media is more useful than harmful. So, have you ever heard about a major event before it actually hits the news? Well, I have. There has been many times where I've heard about a tragic event happening from social news before the news station actually hears about it. Due to this, I'm here to persuade you as to why social media is more useful than harmful. The problem here is that many people don't believe social media can be effective. I would like for everyone to give one social media site a trial to see how useful it actually is. Social media not only helps with major events, but useful life tips as well. Living without social media is like living outer space nowadays. A lot of people don't believe that social media can actually be helpful. Some think it's harming our kids and holding them back. According to the Odyssey Online article, a lot of people don't like social media because they are always comparing themselves to others. For example, I may compare myself to another person because they may be doing better than I am, or at least I think they are because of what they show. I may think that they have a better lifestyle, such as cars, a better job. They may have a degree before I have mine, and I'm just constantly comparing my path to theirs. But I have to remember that not all of our paths are the same, and that we all go our different route and our own pace. With that being said, others also believe it gets in the way of their schooling, such as grades or other activities. Another is that kids don't believe in themselves or try their best because they are constantly distracted by their phone. So they may be walking down the hallways or they may be walking outside and they're not paying attention to their surroundings because they are on their phone, so they're not actually aware of what's happening around them. These are all ways social media can have a negative impact on one's life. Next, there are a lot of different ways social media can have a positive impact on one's life as well. For one, social media is known for instilling confidence and intelligence in people, a lot of which schools don't teach kids. They will learn from Twitter, Instagram, or any other social media site as well. For example, many schools don't teach about how to get a house or how to file taxes, or they don't teach us the proper ways to do a resume either. But I've been on social media and I've had a lot of help from others when they've given advice about how to go about getting a job. Secondly, social media helps us keep track of the world and local news. A lot of the local news, they don't really tell us what's going on outside of our front door. They just tell us what's happening, well, the major events that's happening in our city. Social media also lets us keep track of our friends or family members that may be overseas or across the country as well. So, what's the solution for this problem? Honestly, social media isn't all bad, and I think everyone should find one site and sign up and see how they like it for a period of time before they start judging. For one, there is now a president that uses social media more than two-thirds of our country. According to Reddit code, that should say a lot. Two, social media builds confidence. A lot of kids these days, they don't have a lot of confidence in themselves, and I know that social media can always motivate a lot of people and tell them they look pretty or they're beautiful or that they are smart and they can do something or that they can overcome a struggle. So that's another way that it's useful. And lastly, it helps us stay in touch with reality. According to CNN, 4% of teens says it's helpful and builds their confidence. So, in closing, what can we do? If everyone joins social media, it'll be better because we can read and hear more about stories that our news stations will not cover. This will help benefit us forming our own opinions. It's easier for our voices to be heard and protest. Social media brings people together as well, especially during disasters and donating. Especially with our natural disasters that's been happening a lot this year, it's been bringing people together so that they can donate. Without social media, a lot of people wouldn't know what's going on in the world. For example, no one would have knew a dozen girls were freed from Africa by Haram, according to New York Times. Imagine living without social media. Now, would you hear about some of your favorite topics that you hear about daily? Social media is one of the fastest growing industries in the world. Without it, many businesses wouldn't strive because this is where they market. With that being said, if you don't have social media, you should go sign up. It'll help build confidence, intelligence, and keep you informed about crisis. What kind of world would we live in if we didn't know what was happening outside of our front door? Social media is like being at a party and networking, except it's online and more convenient. Thank you for your time today.